Beautiful Soup is a Python library for extracting data from HTML and XML pages. This library works for navigating, searching, and modifying the parsing. Let's say you have found some web pages that display data relevant to your research, such as date or address information, but it does not provide any way of downloading the data directly. Beautiful Soup helps you pull particular content from a web page, remove the HTML markup, and save the information. It is a tool for web scraping that helps you clean up and parse the documents you have pulled down from the web. It commonly saves programmers hours or days of work. Installing Beautiful Soup is easiest if you have pip or another Python installer already in place. If you don't have pip, run through a quick tutorial on installing Python modules to get it running. If all this information on Beautiful Soup intrigues you enough, stay tuned for a delightful session ahead on the same.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new updates or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video with any queries or suggestions and I will respond to your comments.
We'll be discussing about the Beautiful Soup here. Respective to that, we have some more libraries to discuss. That as well I'll be discussing up here, and then we'll be ending up with a web scraping project. Okay, this is agenda, but I would take you to the next slide and quickly brief you a little bit more regarding the agenda that we are going to follow up, and after that I'll be taking you to the respective slides. Alright, so yes, we have the agenda for today, and that starts with, first of all, I'll be taking you to the request module. Okay, so first of all, we'll be discussing about the request modules, that what is this particular module, what's the function of this module, and what are the cases where we just use out this relevant module. Okay, after that, I'll be taking you to the Beautiful Soup, one of the libraries which we have in the Python programming. I'll be telling you in very detail that what is this Beautiful Soup library, what is it used for, what are the functions which it performs, and what are the cases where we just really need to use on this Beautiful Soup library and how we just use that out. This is all what I'm going to cover. And completely at the last position, I'm going to take you through a web scraping project. So for whatever we are doing the web scraping, that all things I'll be discussing itself in the project, not right here. Okay. So I hope I'm very much clear with this particular thing. Let's do out one simple thing. Let's move forward from here and start up the very first module which we have here. That's the request module. Right here. Now, okay, when I just talk about a request, a simple English term if I say, and if I say that like convey or attach this particular request word with the, I would say with the, some internet or with some websites. Okay, they just quickly relate that out. So, in that relevant case, what we have? So, request module is one of the modules in the Python programming language, which helps you to make out a hypertext transfer protocol, that is the HTTP request in the Python programming language. So, it completely allows you, it completely helps you to make on a HTTP request in the Python programming language. Okay. This is the very first function of the request module which we are having up here. Then, next we are having that with the help of the request module, you can deal with the web scraping and the REST APIs. So, okay, what do I just meant from web scraping? I'll just quickly give you a short brief out here regarding the web scraping. So if I talk in very simple words regarding the web scraping, so that I could actually add up here that web scraping is a technique in which we just try to extract out the data from our website. Okay, we just try to get on some data from a website. That's a simple technique which is called as web scraping. So whenever you are preparing and whenever you are doing any web scraping of any of the relevant websites, so in that particular case, we need out the use of the request module. Okay, when you are dealing with the REST APIs, in that particular case as well, we need out the use of the request module. So these are the two cases where we just have the use of the request module. First, I have told you that these are used to make on the HTTP's request. Secondly, I mentioned that request module is used in the web scraping. Thirdly, I told you that it is as well used in the REST APIs. Okay. Now, how does it actually works out? So this request module automatically has many inbuilt functions into it, which basically help us to manage the response and the request, and all those things are completely managed through the inbuilt functions which we have here in the request module. So this relevant module already had out inbuilt functions. Simply whenever you just want to manage out the response or manage out any request, do out the stuff like this. So you can simply call out the relevant functions which are already inbuilt onto the request module, and you could use that out according to your needs. So this is how this particular request module helps us. Okay. Now, this is one of the module which doesn't comes inbuilt with Python programming language. So you separately need to install this request module onto your devices with the help of the use of any of the commands, whichever you feel like. Okay. I would just let you know the command which we have, and I'm sorry, I was just about to say that whatever the IDE actually you feel like, you could use that for installing, or even you could use a command prompt, or even you could just use on the PowerShell as well. Okay. So, for installing on any of the libraries, we have different methods. The very first method is you could use the relevant IDE, whichever you have. Second method goes that you could use on the command prompt. And the third method goes that you could use on the Windows PowerShell as well for installing your library. The command for installing any of the library in the Python programming language is pip install. This is the thing that remains common for each and every library. Only the name of the library differs. Let's say here we want to install on the request library. So simply my complete command will become pip install request. This is how we just do that out. Okay. So the command is as well mentioned up here in the slide as well. So you could just have a look over that. Fine. Afterwards, I would even let you know as well that how we just install all of those things, but not right here. Okay, right, I will just discuss about some theory regarding this beautiful soup module, then I'll be moving forward. Okay. So here I hope I'm very much clear first of all with the request module, that what it is and what it is used for. I would just once again go with this, that this particular module is used for making the hypertext transfer protocol request, which is in the Python programming language. Secondly, with this help of this particular module, we can deal with the web scraping and the REST APIs. Okay. Now, next is that this relevant module has many inbuilt functions which you can use for managing on the responses and for managing on the requests. This is for what you would just use this out. Okay. And for installing purposes, you have the module and just you need to install that out on your own. So the command is pip install request. Okay. So I hope I'm very much clear with this request module to each of you here, that whatever is this and how we just use that out, what are the functions. Now I'll be taking you to the next one, that is getting started with a beautiful soup. So here we have the beautiful soup library. We'll be discussing up that what is this relevant library, what is it used for, what are its use cases, and all those things we'll be seeing up here. So if I just talk about the beautiful soup library, the first one who introduced this relevant library. So this beautiful soup was firstly introduced by Leonard Richardson. Okay, so this was the person, Leonard Richardson, who actually introduced the beautiful soup library in the Python programming language. Okay. This particular library was officially introduced in May 2006. So yeah, it's not a very old library or anything like that. It was officially installed in 2006. Fine. So the beautiful soup library completely works on the web scraping. So yeah, now this is one important thing which you shall keep in mind here. Keep in your mind that beautiful soup is one of the libraries which completely works upon the web scraping. Web scraping is simply extracting out the data from any of the relevant websites, whatever you just choose out, right? So onto that particular case, this beautiful soup library helps you to perform on the web scraping. So web scraping, as I mentioned, that it is a method where you just extract out the data from any of the websites. Okay, you take out any website, you take it for e-commerce, you take it for anything, completely your choice. Okay, so that it helps out. Now, what does this library helps you to do? So this particular library helps you to gather and extract out the data from the XML and from the HTML files. So this particular beautiful SERP library helps you to gather out and extract out the data from the XML and from the HTML files. Now, if you have ever done web scraping, so you must be knowing that particular thing, that whenever we just do out the web scraping, so what we do, we just open on the code, the HTML code which is written up there, and according to that only we just find out some of the whatever the paragraphs, whatever the places we just want the code for, we copy that out, then we copy out the relevant path, and all those things take place, right? In the same manner, Beautiful Soup is a library which helps you to do out this particular thing. It helps you to gather and extract out the data from the XML and from the HTML files. Okay, hope I am clear with this. Next, this particular as well you need to install onto your devices. It doesn't comes previously installed. So again the command goes same, that is pip install and your library name, which is Beautiful Soup. Okay, so this is how you install on the Beautiful Soup library as well onto your devices, and yes, you need to do that manually. Methods for installing could any of the above. Let's say I just mentioned out any IDE, whatever you are using. You could use a command prompt, you could use a PowerShell, whatever you just wish out from these you could use. Okay, it depends on your choice. One thing I just want to mention up here, that the installation of the libraries do not take place on the online IDEs. Okay, many of the libraries are there which do not support on the online IDE. Let's say I take Google Colab. So many IDEs are there, many libraries are there which do not support that out. So I would just recommend you to please use one of the offline IDEs for going ahead and making out the relevant project which we'll be discussing out. Okay. So I would just again once take about the Beautiful Soup, that what is this. So this was very firstly, this particular library was introduced by Leonard Richardson. Right after that, it was officially introduced in May 2006. This is one of the libraries which completely works upon the web scraping. Web scraping is basically extracting out the data from different websites. Okay. Next, this relevant library helps you to gather out and extract out the data from the XML and from the HTML files. And the command which you use out here is pip install Beautiful Soup. Okay. So hope I am clear with the request on the Beautiful Soup, both of the libraries. Now next see that what we are having. So now next we are having the project that we'll be going through. So I will just take you here. So what we'll be doing is that we'll be web scraping an e-commerce site using the Beautiful Soup. So using the Beautiful Soup library, we will be web scraping an e-commerce site. So with the help of this Beautiful Soup library, we will be trying to gather to extract out some information, some data from any of the e-commerce websites. So into this relevant project, I would be using the Beautiful Soup and the request. Both of the libraries I'll be using through into this particular module only. Right. So for seeing the practical of all of these things, we'll be going to the PyCharm IDE, and there we'll be discussing about all the things here, whatever like how are we going to proceed on, and what are topics, and what are the things that we are going to write up, how we do on the web scraping, and all those things. Before that, I just wanted to know one more thing to you all, that I will be using on the PyCharm IDE, okay, and I'll be taking on the recent Python version. So one more thing, I would recommend and request everyone that if you are having any Python version less than 3.7, so please make sure to upgrade that particular version to a new one, because many of the things are there which do not support the Python versions which are less than 3.7. So please make sure to do out this relevant thing. So now I'll take you to the PyCharm IDE, and they'll be discussing up this particular project, going through and managing up the things. Okay, so now we'll be implementing the hands-on for the beautiful soup. So we'll be doing out a web scraping of an e-commerce site with the help of that beautiful soup library, right? Which we had right now understood in a very much detail that what is that library about, what that actually helps us to do, and what are the requirements in that respective case, right? So now I'll be moving forward with the rest of the things for this respective library. Okay. So great. What I'll be doing here is that, okay, I already took out a website from here and that's the Amazon. Okay, so from Amazon, I just took out a link. So let me show you what is that actually. So this one is the link which I have taken up here. So I'll be doing up the web scraping for the reviews for this respective mobile phone which is available. Okay, this is OnePlus 60 Mirror Black, 8GB RAM, 128GB storage. So what I did was I simply copied up this above link which I am having up here. Okay, this link has been copied up by me and I simply pasted that respective link here. Okay, so as I could just use this in my project, fine. So I'll be scraping this respective. What I'll be doing is that I'll be extracting up the reviews, the ratings of this respective mobile phone which is present up here from the Amazon. Okay, hope I'm very much clear with that respective thing. Let's go back here. Okay, let's get started out with the rest of the things right here. So what I'll be doing, the very first thing is that I will be importing up my library. So let me zoom in a little bit, I guess. Yeah. So here goes that from BS4, import beautiful soup. Import beautiful soup as BS. Okay, as BS. Okay. Now what I have done actually here at the respective case, what is done by me. So here I was having the beautiful soup library, right? So from BS4, BS4 is a module in which beautiful soup library comes out. So I simply wrote that from BS4 import the beautiful soup as BS. Now BS is a short form which has been given to this respective beautiful soup library so that I could use that forward into my program. Okay. And the second thing which I'm importing is the request library. Okay, import request. So these two are the relevant things which I'm importing up here, import request and importing up the beautiful soup as BS, right? So first of all, hope I'm very much clear with this respective thing that what are the requirements that we are importing up here at this respective place, right? Hope I'm very much clear with that particular thing. Great. Now getting down here, what I'll be doing is that I'll be having up a variable, that's link. And onto that, I'll be pasting up this respective link which has been copied up by me from that site only, which I showed you right above. Okay. Back. Okay, what does this happen? 1 second. This has to be, okay, not like this. This has to be in the tab. And one more time, it has to be in the tab only. Okay, let me do out one simple thing. Let me take that back only. Fine. So this is my complete link which has been taken here by me. Okay, if I just put up a downside, now it's absolutely okay, right? So this is the link that we are, I would remove this out, fine. This is the link that we are using up here in this respective place, right? Let's get down here. Okay, 1 second, let me do that again. Fine, let that be like this only. Okay, let that be in one single line only. Otherwise, it could create out some sort of issues while the library is okay. Great. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to extract out that respective page for what we have put up the link. First of all, I have put up the link, right? That's completely okay. Now after that, I am going to extract out that respective page with the help of the request library for which I had put up the link. Okay, so simply when you have put up the link, it doesn't mean that it will automatically extract out the info for you. It's not that really case. Okay, so I'll be doing up here is that let the page is my variable name, page is equal to, here I'll be using up that request library. Okay, now one thing you could do, you could just write import writing, you could write import request as rs. You could do this respective thing as well. Okay, it depends on you. And here instead of request, you could simply write up rs. That as well works out. So again, I mentioned that that's your choice how you just want to go ahead with. Right now, I am removing this out and I'm removing this out as well. Fine. I would simply use up the request library because it's not too much big name. Right? Beautiful soup is a little big name. So it could be sometimes a sort of panicking for you to write up the complete beautiful soup library. So that's the reason we imported up the short form of that. But there is no such issue in doing out that simple thing, because whatever the IDE you use out, in that basically in that you put up the beautiful soup, let's say in that you write out the beautiful soup, and that respective as soon as you write B EAU, you just write 3 to 4 characters in the very starting, it automatically takes that complete up for you, right? So there is no such issue in that respective case. Great. So page is equal to request, okay, dot. Here goes the get, and into the brackets we have the get link. Okay, so link is a variable onto which I have stored up my link, which I want to go ahead with and get out the information from. Okay, that's one of my sites, and from that I'm just simply looking up onto one respective mobile phone, and we're going to get out the product reviews for that respective thing, reviews and the ratings. Okay, great. And now what I would do is that I could simply print out the page here. Okay, the page which we had right now got out, and I could run that simply out. Okay, now see here what it is saying. It is saying me that okay, this much number of responses you are having. Responses 503. Okay, this much number of responses you are having. Great. That respective thing is completely done up here. Now if I want to check up that what's the content of the page, so I could simply write print page dot, and here goes the content. Okay, that is TENT, like this. Okay, and what I would do, I would comment up this line number 13, because now as I have checked it out, the page that basically what the number of responses onto that page, now I do not need that further into my respective program, so I would simply comment that out. Now let's run that out, page dot content. Okay, now let's see that what are we gonna get out. Now have a look that here you got out very long things written up here, and maybe they are not understandable to you excuse me, in that respective case. Okay, see, I would give out you a little bit idea regarding that, but it is somewhat of, you could say it is somewhat of web scraping part only, which we are actually performing out. Okay, we are getting up the content from the this respective page. Okay, maybe if you have sometime done up the web scraping or anything like that, so you see that when we have done the Selenium, okay, so we had as well done up the Selenium, right? So remember in the Selenium what I did one thing that was into that I was going on to one single page, I was clicking on inspect, and as soon as I clicked on inspect, the whole HTML code was appearing for that respective page, right? If I click on the login button, so whatever the code was written by the HTML language for the login button, that code was appearing. So in that similar way, I was getting up the complete code for all of a complete page of mine that was written in the HTML format. Same here, I am getting that in here for this website as well, for this respective page as well, which I have mentioned up here. Now the difference there and here was that in the other library, in the Selenium actually, because that has well a library which we use out for web scraping, right? So in Selenium, what happens? In Selenium happens that you need to go to that particular respective library, and from that library only you need to get on the informations, and then you need to simply go ahead and put up the things. Okay, you need to get up the code from that respective library, from that respective page actually. You need to copy that out, and you have some sort of path and all those things for that, and you need to copy that out. But in Beautiful Soup, it really doesn't happen out. Okay, so this is that same sort of HTML code which has been written to generate out the respective page for which we have written up the link. Okay, I showed you that Amazon page, right? Let me get back to that respective once again here. This page I showed you. Now, how has this page written? Let me do out the right click on the blank space, and if I go and click on inspect. Okay, have out a look here on that. Onto the other side, what I am getting now here, I will be getting up the whole script, whole HTML code which has been written up for this. Now try to do one thing, try to copy tally this out from the one which we have extracted. See, onto the above it is written doc type HTML language lang is equal to ENIN. Now if I go back to my PyCharm and if I verify that out, see above it is written doc type HTML, and it is written HTML lang is equal to ENIN, right? If I next go above, if I just go it for the class, So for the class as well, it's mentioned up absolutely same, right? Only some sort of things will be, I guess, will be different, because you are because simply the things get modified and modified at some point of view, right? So in that respective case, it's a little bit of different, but almost it would be completely same. Whatever is written up here, that same will be mentioned up onto this PyCharm IDE, which I have extracted at the text for. So that's the reason why I just wrote out this respective thing, so as to tell you that how we can extract up the HTML code as well, which is written for to generate to make out that respective page, that respective link which you are actually looking for. Okay, so either going on to that respective page and doing a right click and clicking on inspecting and then going to the code, it is one another way how you could do that out. So you could simply write print page.content and that completely works for you. Okay, so hope I'm very much clear with this particular thing to you, that how it actually works out. Okay, let me get down, and this is how it actually works, and this is the complete one. Okay, great. So this page.content, this has been extracted out by me right here at this particular place, right? Okay, now after extracting up the page, what's my next thing that I need to extract up here? Okay, now with the help of my beautiful soup library, what I'll be doing is that I'll be writing up here html.parser. Okay, so because my code for this particular page, whatever is written, that is in the HTML library, right? That thing is generated through the HTML. So that's something I am doing up here, right? So I would simply write up here that, let's say my variable is a is equal to, okay, a simply is equal to, here goes my base, that's my beautiful soup. Now, if you do not want to use that out, so what you could do is that erase this out. Okay, simply put it up beautiful soup. And here as well, you could simply use up the beautiful soup. That absolutely works as well, right? So I just wanted to convey this respective thing while changing up the names, that it doesn't matter that how you are importing or you are giving up the short forms or you are not giving up the short forms. The thing which matters up here is that you're writing up the correct code in a complete okay manner actually, right? It doesn't matter you have the short form, you do not have the short form, it completely doesn't matter out at all. Okay, so a is equal to beautiful soup goes here, fine. Now into the bracket, I'll be writing here the page.content, the same one which we have extracted above, page.content, putting up a comma here, and I'll be setting up my parser as the HTML. One second, HTML dot, and here goes my parser. Fine, getting down here, what I'll be doing is that I will be printing up that. So I would write here print. Into the bracket, I'll be writing up a, the variable in which I have used up my beautiful soup library for this page content and the HTML parser. A dot, and here goes the prettify. Prettify is basically one another function which you have out here. Okay, so that's the one simple another function which you have. Now what is that used for? Let me get down here and let you know that what it is used for. Let me run this out for once. So great. Okay, Unicode error, charm cannot be encode character in position for character max to undefined. Okay, no issues with that respective case. Let that be okay downside. See, it is again some sort of that same which we have done previously with the page.content, but here some things are there which actually differs up from the above thing. Okay, so in that case, this is the one another thing that how you could prettify that out, means how you could get up the complete idea of that page which you are using up here. Fine, so hope I'm clear with that. Now this one as well. Okay, let me, oh I'm so sorry, I didn't comment that out, and I need to comment the others as well. Great. Now what I would do is that I would use it out, I would use some another thing at this respective place. I'll be using up one of the variables, and now that respective variable will help me to get on the things from here. Get on the things means it will help me to extract out the names of the people who have given up the reviews. Let me do one thing, it would be easier for me if I simply make that okay, beautiful soup as BS. Okay, that would be some short sort of view. Beautiful soup, right? This one is the one, and here it is to be rubbed out, and here I'm gonna simply put up as BS. Okay, great. Now coming down at this respective place, I will be making up a variable, let's say review underscore names. Okay, that's names. Okay, is equal to. So here I'm going to use up the soup function from my library, soup dot, and here goes find underscore all, okay, and a would be small, fine. And into the bracket, I'll be using up here the span, okay, comma, I'll be using up the class name here. So my class would be somewhat a profile name. Okay, this is my class which I have out for here. Okay, so a and here go up. Okay, it would be class underscore 1 second, like this. Okay, so what has happened to it? It would be, I guess, beautiful soup only. Let's do that out here. Let me put up here as bs, fine. So bs dot find all, and here goes the span, and class is equal to a profile name. And I would simply, okay, it's not the right time for running this out. I would simply print up this and then run it out. So print, and here goes the what? 1 second. Review underscore names. Okay, here it goes review underscore names. Let's quickly run that out here. So now let's see that what is, okay, STR update has no attribute descendants. Okay, where it is showing me in line number 20. Okay, so that is for the span, right? It's showing me that it doesn't has any thing in that sort of view. Okay, 1 second. Let me do out one simple thing here. Okay, it's a. It's not this. It's simply a here. The variable which we had made up above, right? So that simple variable it is. Great. Now let's quickly run that out once again here at this place, and now let's see that what are we gonna get out. So here I am getting up one simple blank list at this respective place, right? Let me just now close that out at this particular place, right? So here a is equal to bs, that page dot content, whatever I was having in that page, I just simply extracted out everything from there, and here goes my HTML parser, right? And here I simply used and print a dot prettify, and into the bracket I simply put up the dot. And so what I need to do is that let me just simply comment this out for a while and comment this. And now if I just run that out for a short while, so let me see that what is going to extract me. So see, now it is it is extracting me. It is extracting me some different sort of things again here. Okay, see, my language is being extracted up here. The classes are being actually extracted up here, right? So see, I just use up a profile name here in my class name, right? If I go down here, I'm having the link for the images. This is my link for the images here, and then I have some sort of IDs and all of the things. Again, if I just go down for the box, it is for the section. This is for the reviews, a class. Okay, just for the spacing. So see, here each and every class has its own name, right? So you could just put up the things accordingly for whatever the things you just actually want that out. You could just simply do that particular respective thing here. Okay. From where did I get to know a profile name? So from this particular program only, from this respective extraction only, I just got to know that okay, this is the class name which I need to use up here at this particular place. So how to do that as well, that let me ask you once show out quickly. Let me go back to my Google Chrome right here, and let's say this is the person who is the name for. Okay, I would click on that person's name, and I would click on right click and do the inspect. Okay. Now it will show me that particular states. It showed me that respective place. Class is equal to a profile name. Class is equal to a profile name. And if I click on this, see, it is showing me the profile name. A dash profile dash name. So that same I just simply mentioned up a dash profile dash name. Fine. So if I'm clear with that, what I am actually doing out. And now it's a time for quickly running out my program once again. Okay. So as soon as I ran out my program, see, at last it showed me this respective thing with all of the things sorted up here. Great. What I need to actually do is that I really do not need to comment these things, because otherwise it would at some place it would make up some sort of errors and some sort of problems actually. Okay, so the commentary of the things, do not do that out. Fine, let that everything be right here at this particular place only. Great. So that thing has been got out by me here. Review names a dot find all and print review underscore names, right? That particular thing has been performed up. Great. print review underscore names, and here it goes bs dot okay, that's e dot find underscore all. Here goes the span, and my class name is a profile name. Great. Now what I need to do is that 1 second, review underscore names, a profile name. 1 second, let me get down here and come at this respective place. Fine. Now what is next that is needed up here? I will be making up an empty list, that is the customer name. Okay, so it's the cust underscore name and empty list. Okay, that is equal to, I'll be keeping that as blank for now. I'll be keeping that as blank for now. Okay, now I'll be starting up my loop that for I in, and here goes my, for I in, and here goes my range. Okay, into the bracket I'll be putting up the range, that is 0, comma, and here will be the name length of the review underscore names variable, review underscore names. Okay, putting up the colon, getting down, you have cust underscore name variable that was written by me, and we'll be using up the append function. Okay, append, and here goes the okay, here goes the review underscore names. Into the bracket goes my indexing, that is I, put out a dot and use your get underscore text. Okay, and put up the brackets like this. So this is how you will be getting up the text here for your information. Okay, that has been sorted, and here coming out here after this, what I could do is that I could simply print up the cust underscore name, customer underscore name. I could simply print that out. Right, now if I run out my program very quickly, so let's see that what are we getting. Okay, we are getting up that empty box. 1 second. Okay, we are getting up the empty box, but in that relevant case, we shall get up the value for the class. First of all, we shall get at the value for the persons who have taken that out, and after that, it should have happened out. Let me run that out and let me check it for prettify. Is that particular function working properly? So HTML has been closed up at this respective place, and yes, that's going good, I guess. Here's the doc type. 1 second. Going above for a while, and okay, this is the one thing. Yeah, I guess it's going good, but print here goes. So 1 second. Doc type, language is this, and this is the content. Fine, let's check out that what are we making up the error here. So why it actually is not getting up the thing. So print review underscore names. That's working properly. And here goes A is equal to BS, that's the page. Fine. Type is equal to all reviews, that's completely okay. HTML.parser is working. This profile name, I guess, isn't working properly, right? Let's go on to that respective thing here. So it was this A class is equal to a profile name. Okay, is that same for everyone? So let's say if I just go for this person and click on inspect. Okay, it is a profile name here. Class is equal to a profile name. Yeah, that's working properly, but so let's do one thing. Let's remove this out. Let's put that out like this. Let's remove out these double inverted quotes as well. No, it's not gonna work out like that. Let me make up the relevant changes which I had put up previously. Okay, like this only it would be somewhat making up some difference, right? So this is the A and this A dash profile dash content, and inside that, okay, let me get for the content. What is this content? Profile content, and here is the profile name. Okay, let's do one thing. Instead of name, if I make that as content, so that's content, right? And let's run that out once again right here. Now let's see what are we gonna get out as an output. Okay, in position character maps to undefined. Prettify encoding, it's line number 19. Line number 19, where is that gone? Okay, yeah, for this it is showing, right? So now it won't be done at that respective place. I comment that out. Now what will happen? Let's run that out once again right here. And okay, it's again showing me the blank. Let's see that what is the error that we are making up. Yes. So actually what we were doing is that we need to simply comment up this prettify thing. After commenting up this prettify, now instead of that content, I would simply write up that name here. Okay, a profile name. That was the previous one which we had taken up. And now I would comment this respective portion. Okay, now let's quickly run that out and once again check out that what is the answer that we are getting up here. And okay, let me close this out. And let me do CTRL plus Z, and now let's quickly run that out once again right at this respective place. Okay, I would close that, and okay, that's a dash profile dash name, right? It's that respective thing. Okay, let me quickly do that out once again. It's name a profile. Okay, if I just put that as names, then 1 second. And I am again gonna run that out for this respective place. So, okay, let me do out one single thing right at this particular place. Okay, so now as soon as I just run that out, simply I just got up the answer here downside. Let me quickly zoom in so that you could have a look over all of the things which have been generated up here. So see, first of all, the one which we had written review underscore names. So from that, 1 second, let me increase up the size here and let me zoom out a little bit. Fine. So the first command that we have written, from that what you were getting some sort of things like that. That span class a profile name is Tanmay Shukla, then span class a profile name is Surbhi Garg, then somewhat again that again, and you are getting up the things, right? Now here what you are getting up is that, now here you are getting up the okay, after writing up that, when I just simply used up my for loop, and into that I only wanted the names of the persons to appearing here. Okay, I do not want that span or the classes things to appear. So in that respective place, now I used up my for loop, and now after extraction of that, see, only my names are coming here: Tanmay Shukla, Surbhi Garg, and the Akashina. Many names are here. Okay, you can just check that out. So fine. Till this respective place, I hope you all are very much clear that what to do. So we have successfully extracted up the name. Okay. Now what I'll be doing is that customer name has been very successfully imported up by me. Now I'll be taking up the very first name of the person, whatever it is. Okay. So it will be cust underscore name. Okay. 1 second. It will be, and what I would do, I would simply use up the print statement only. Print. It would be customer underscore name. Dot, and here goes the pop function, and in the bracket goes my index, that is 0. So pop means to get out something, to extract out some relevant thing, right? So what it gave me, see, now coming down here at the very last place, my very last output which I did, but so my list was, this was my respective list which has been generated by us into the previous code, and from that if I popped up the zeroth element means the zeroth element which is stored, which is actually at the zeroth index. So that has been done by me, and here I got this Tanmay Shukla as the output. Fine. So this is how you could actually gather up the one thing. Okay, and pop means to remove out something from there. See, I did that out. Now if I print up the customer name once again, cust underscore name, if I print out, and if I run this out, now you'll be actually seeing that. Okay, 1 second. Pop from empty list. 1 second. Where is that? Cust underscore name. Okay, I just simply printed up the cust underscore name. Let's run that out once again right here at the space. Right here. Now just have out a look that what is actually happening here. I simply removed up the very first name that was there, and after that, see how it is happening. I'm getting up the new list which is starting up from the second name. So it is starting from this Surbhi Garg, and it is going ahead with that things. This particular Tanmay Shukla name has been removed out from here. Pop means to remove it out. Great. Wonderful. So that has been done out by me now right at this particular place as well. Fine. That has been completed. Now what is next that we need to do ahead is that name has been popped up. Okay. Now once I have a look at why I am doing out this respective thing, because when I ran out this program, 1 second, let me run it out once again here. Okay, 1 second, give me 1 second right here, and if I run that out at this respective place. Okay, I don't know what is actually happening to this respective library today. Let's run that out. Right here. So now have a look that whatever my library was actually, 1 second. Okay, my respective names were Tanmay Shukla and Surbhi Garg. These two are the names that were appearing 2 times into my list, right? That was the reason I am removing up this first name, that is Tanmay Shukla, and the second name, that is Surbhi Garg. These two I am removing it out from here, and then my final list will start up from this particular place, right? These names are appearing two times in my complete list. So that I am doing. Next one, what I'll be doing is that I'll be writing up here print, and now it will be cust underscore, okay, that would be underscore name, Again in the bracket it would be 0. Now why 0? Because again that has been taken up by the same one. Okay. Okay, here dot pop, I just messed up, dot pop, right? And getting down here, I'll be simply once again printing up the customer underscore, one second, okay, where's my bracket? Here goes underscore and this name. Fine, now let's run out the program once again very much quickly. And okay, one second, let me get out downside. Let me get out some space here. Right, okay, I don't know that what is actually happening to this. Sometimes it shows us that similar thing and sometimes it doesn't show that out. So there is some sort of thing in the library only. You could just try that out once again sometimes, okay? Great. So now have how to look at this name that was Surabhi Garg, that is again as well removed out from my respective place. Now I am simply getting up this particular list which is generated up here, and now it is having none of the names repeated in this list. So now this is one of my clean list which I have got up here. Fine. So that simply thing I was doing up at this particular place. Fine. Now what I'll be doing is that I will be getting up the review title content. Okay. So let's do that out very quickly here. I'll be putting up the name as, let's say, title is equal to, and here would be soup dot, and here will be going as, okay, sorry, it's not that soup. I had taken a find all. It is find underscore all function, and here, okay, it would be a separated by a comma. Here would go my class underscore, and that so is equal to, what's my class name? My class name is review dash title dash, and here goes my content. Okay, getting down here, I'll be printing up the title. Okay, now let's run that out very quickly once again here only. So now let's see. Okay, one second. Right here, let's run that out right at this particular place, and let's see what is gonna happen as an output at this particular place. Right, what output are we gonna get up? So my respective output which I am getting up here is that, see, these are the names which I have generated up here, right? This was my class. And after that, we are getting up the information in regards to the title of these respective names which have been generated, which we have actually got up here. That's so in the class format. So this was what we were extracting till now, right? Right at this respective place, this was what we were extracting. Fine. Now I'll be extracting up the title in some sort of very clear way. Fine. So I would just write out here review, REVIEW, and my title name review underscore title. Okay, that's equal to and the empty list right here. Fine. Getting down, I'll be applying my for loop. So for I in, okay, that's for I in range into the bracket it's 0 comma. Here we have the len, and into the bracket I have the title. So putting up the colon, getting down, and here we have the review underscore title dot. Here goes the append function, APPEND, append function. Okay, into the bracket I have somewhat title here, and into the bracket here goes my indexing, that is I dot, and here goes my function, that is get underscore text. Okay, and the brackets like this. Coming down here, I'll be simply printing up the review underscore title, That's so I'll be printing up at this respective. So after simply running out my program, just right here, we just ran out the program, and after running that out, what did I got as an output? Let me just zoom in that out. Great. So the output which I have now received up here is all of these. What are the reviews which are given by these persons whose name are mentioned up above in the list. So flagship killer, camera quality is very poor, dead on arrival, not worthy to buy, and there are many things which are actually given up here in respect to this particular product for which we are reviewing up the things, right? That is completely done here. Now I will be storing that in some sort of clear way. In a list, I'll be storing up all of these things. So here goes review underscore, this is the title, review underscore title, again it goes, and here I'll be putting up the colon. This means that it's starting from the 0th index and going up to the last index. Okay, here goes my title, titles, okay, titles dot, and here goes my one of the function, that is L strip. Okay, it will like get me to extract up the things. Into the bracket, it's \n. Okay, see, at each and every place it is mentioned up the \n and the things like that. So that's the reason we are simply writing that out here. Fine. After this goes my for loop. So here goes that for titles in, for titles in, it is review underscore title, okay. And getting down here, what I'll be doing is that I'll be printing up print, and here goes review underscore title. And now I would simply run up my program once again. So click on run here at this place. Okay, 1 second. Let me get down. 1 second. Let me get down here. Okay, let me quickly run that out once again at this particular place. And yeah, so here we are now getting up the relevant things that we are having up here. So now see, we are getting up the things that we are having up here in the stored in some sort of way and some sort of form, right? Now, what is the difference that we had made up? Into the above one which we were getting \n in the starting and \n in the ending. But now after the doing of the for loop and applying that lstrip function, we removed up the \n in the starting and we had simply kept that \n at the very last. Okay, this is only which difference which we have made out right here after using up that particular command. Okay, great. Okay, that lstrip has been now finished up here. Now I'll be removing up the last one as well. There was one present at the last one as well, right? Last \n, that as well I'll be removing. So I would write review underscore title, putting up the bracket, going here as colon is equal to, again it would be the complete same, only one difference will be made up. Titles dot here would be r strip. Okay, r strip. See, 1 second, r strip. What's the full form of l strip? L is for the left strip. So whatever was present on the left hand side, that has been removed out. What is this r strip? That is the right strip. So whatever has been performed or like put on the right hand side, that is also removed out. Okay, for titles in. And here goes the review underscore title. Okay, for titles in review underscore titles. Acha, one thing to remove it out here. And now here I could simply print up the review underscore title. I could simply do that out once again. And now I would come to run out my program once again right here at this place. So see what is now happening up. 1 second. See, now my \n has been removed up here from the starting and even from the end. So now it is completely clear and it is now completely good to go with the things of my reviews which we have got out. Fine. Now after the reviews, now next thing which I need to do is that I need to extract up the ratings. So let's do that out very quickly. So here I would write rating is equal to, and here I'm having soup. Okay, that's not soup, I'm so sorry. A dot. Here it's find underscore all. Into the bracket I need to put up I here, comma, and here goes the class. Okay, class underscore, and that's equal to, here we have review underscore, sorry, not underscore, it's dash, and here goes my rating, review rating. Okay, and I would simply print up my rating here, print rating. Okay, rating. Let me get down some space for me, and now let's quickly run that out once again here. Let's see what are we gonna get out here as an output. So right here I got up the ratings as well. Let me check out that. Let me tell you how do we classify up the ratings here. So see, as here it is written, A class, a 5-star review rating. Okay, this is be 5-star review rating. Now 5.0 out of 5 stars. Okay, then it is A star 2 rating. Okay, then it is 2 out of 5. Second is 2 out of 5. So then here it is again 2 out of 5. So in the same way, we have some sort of ratings here for this respective product which we were actually viewing out. Here see, it is 1 out of 5. Here it is 4 out of 5. Okay. So now from this particular, we'll be extracting up the relevant things as we have done out for all of those above. Right? So here goes my empty list. I'll be storing that in an empty list. Goes my for loop. So for I in, here goes the range. And into bracket it goes here 0 comma and length of my rating column, length of my rating, putting up the colon here, getting down. Let me get out some space here. Fine. And now I'll be using up rate.append, APP rate.append. Into the bracket, it's there as rating. Into bracket, it's there as I. Separated by dot, it goes here the get underscore, and this is the text. Okay, and put up the brackets like this. Okay, and now here I have this. I need to print up the rate. So print, here goes the rate. Okay, now let's run that out very quickly right here, and let's see what's the output that we are getting up at this respective. One second, let me close that out. Let's again run that out right here. Let's check out that what are the relevant outputs which we are getting up at this respective place for this respective output. Fine. So let me come down and zoom in a little bit. And right here we go with this output. So see, it's 5 out of 5 stars, it's 2 out of 5, it's 5 out of 5, it's 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5, 1, 4, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5. So these are the ratings which are given to this respective product for whatever we are viewing out. Okay. If you want to calculate out the length of the rate, so you could simply calculate the length of the rate as well, but let's not do that out because that's not too much of required. Only we are having here that 12. Okay, that already I figured that out. Fine. Okay. Now what we'll be doing is that we'll be popping out some things from there. So it would be simply print here rate.pop and the bracket like this. Okay, inside that, okay, put out a dot. Okay. And remove this two things. Remove print rate.pop and 0. Okay. And after that, I just want to print do out one more thing. So again, I would write rate.pop. Into bracket, it's 0. Fine. And at last, I could simply print out here the rate. Okay. So this is how we are gonna do this out. Now, I would just simply and quickly run out my program here and check out that what is the output which we are getting up at this particular place, right? So I would get down here and click on the run. Let me get out some space for writing up and running up the things, right? That's the thing why it is not running out, because I'm clicking on some relevant function. So if I click on some relevant function, it runs out that respective part only. So what has been done up at this particular place is that this 5 out of 5 stars has been removed out and this 2 out of 2 have been removed out, and now I have a very cleaned list as we had done it for the 2 names. The similar thing we have done it for these 2 ratings as well, right? So getting down here, this rating things have been completely sorted up here at this particular place, right? Now what are we actually left out with? Ratings have been done. Okay, now I'll be having up the review body. Fine. So here goes the review is equal to one variable, that's a dot find underscore all, and inside the bracket I will be using up span goes up here, putting up a comma, here goes a bracket, and here goes my data hook. Okay. Putting up the colon here, and this is my dictionary, and the value for that dictionary is review dash body. Okay, review body now will be extracting up for. And coming down, I would simply print up the review variable, or simply review. Okay, that right now we have just done that out. So let's quickly run that out once again here, and let's quickly run that and check it out. So as soon as we run it out, so see. Now I am getting that these are the different types of reviews which we have got out for the particular product. See, for the particular product. So review body, this is some sort of review body which are given out here in the detail. Okay. So now let's quickly close this out and extract this as well in some sort of readable form. So for that I will be printing up the same thing. So what I would do, I would copy this out from above. Okay. And I would paste this here at this respective place coming down. So instead of rate, I would make it up as review underscore content. Okay, review underscore content. Here goes length, and length will be going for the review variable. So simply this one. Rate dot append, and here goes the first one. Here goes my review. Okay, that is RE. Right, review 1. And here instead of rate, it goes my review underscore content variable, right? And at last, I'll be printing up the review underscore content variable right here. Fine. Now I will be quickly running out my respective program, and let's see that what is the output that we are going to get up. So everything has now been sorted, and now I'm getting up the things in a very much clear way. Let me show you how. Right, this is the things that we are getting up here. Fine, these are the reviews which are actually given up by the users in that particular case. Fine. Now for removing up the backslash and the both of the things I would do simultaneously only. Let's copy this out from here, Control C, because that's the now same command that we have to use up out here. Fine, let's get down here and quickly run that out. So here instead of review title, it would be review underscore content. Here as will be review underscore content. Fine. Then here goes, I would make that as review. Let's not reviews. A WS, fine. So here in the titles, it will be reviews. Okay, where is that? I don't know. VIEWS, fine. And here from review underscore title, it would be review underscore content. Here as well, it will be review underscore content. Here it will go it for the reviews, REVIEWS. And here as well it will go for the reviews. Fine. And here this will be changed from review underscore. Here goes the content. And here again goes the content. So what it will actually do is that it will simply remove the starting and the ending backslash n which were present up at the respective place. It will remove that out. So let me zoom in and get down. So now have out a look here in this new one. 1 second, where is that? Right here. Okay, this was the previous one which we had got out, and if I get down, right here. So now everything has been removed about from here, whatever the things we had written, backslash and the from the starting, from the ending, from both of the places it has been actually removed out, right? So hope I'm very much clear with that respective thing, that how to do that out. And now at last, I could simply print up all of the information which I have gathered up from that particular place. So it was, first of all, it was customer underscore name. Then I could print up the review underscore title. Then I could print up the rate. And then I could print up the review underscore content. Fine. So all the 4 things I could simply run out and check that out once at one single go. Right, so what it will do, it will get out me all of the information which we have extracted out right here from the things. Fine. So 1 second, let me get down here and show you from here. Okay, it starts from here. Here are my names which are getting out to me. Then here at this respective place, I have all of the reviews. Here I have all of the ratings, and here I have the detailed reviews. Whatever we have extracted, we got out each and everything written up at this respective place, right? So this is how you do out the respective things. Now, if you just basically, this is how you could do out the web scraping of any of the e-commerce sites with the help of the beautiful SOAP library. This is the process that is actually followed up here in this respective manner for getting up all of the things done in the form of whatever the things we were having. Okay, now you could simply do out one single thing. You could simply save up all of these things into a data frame. So I would be importing up the pandas library, import pandas as PD, and now I'll be writing up here as df is equal to PD dot here goes my data frame and the bracket like this. Okay, and 1 second, here I would simply write out that df. I need to write out print df, but it won't show out anything right here because we haven't put up anything at the respective place. Okay, so it will have nothing here. So what I would do inside my df, I'll be adding up the customer name, one column. Okay, customer, and here goes the name. Okay, and that is equal to here goes my variable which is cust underscore name. And now I'll be trying to run that print df. I would comment this out because it will be still empty. It won't have anything because we haven't stored out anything at this respective place into my data frame. 1 second, let's run that out once again. So in that particular case, what will happen, I'll be getting up a row, I'll be getting up a complete data frame sort of thing, and into that we will be storing up the things, right? So this is how you do out the particular things, right? So I would just close this out here. So, okay, isn't that been closed up till now? No, it isn't that been closed up out. So yeah, this is how I get up my customer name, my variable name, sorry, my column name, that is my customer name, and in that I am having up the details for all of those persons who have given up the review. These were the same names, right? I would close that out now. Now, as I have done it for the customer name, I would try to add up all the columns into this. So how do we do that out? That is done. DF, here goes my review underscore rating. This is my column name which I am making. Okay, that's first of all, let's do it for the title. Review underscore title. Okay, the first one we have extracted up the title, right? And here I'll be using up the variable review underscore title. Again goes here df, and inside that I'll be putting up now here the rating. So here goes my column name which is ratings, and for that I'll be having up the rate column. For the third, I will be having up the reviews in that detail. So simply I would put up reviews, okay, is equal to, and my column name which I'll be having is the review underscore content. Fine. And at last I would be simply printing up here the df. So print, here goes my df, right? So now let's quickly run that out here and let's check out that what's the output that we are gonna get up here. So it will take up a little bit of time to make up that things for me. Okay, so here I am getting up my customer name in between. Actually, because of the space, it's not showing up you that respective things. So because we are using up the PyCharm, and here you have up the reviews, right? So this it is showing 10 rows and 4 columns. So it is in the between missing up because, as I told you, because of the space onto the this respective case. Okay, that's why it is not showing you up the things. Great. So this is how you get out the data for any of the respective things, and this is how you like save up the things, and this is how you extract out the information from any of the websites. Now here in this respective page, you could take any of the product and you could review up and do out the web scraping for that respective thing. So right, hope I'm very much clear with this particular, that how we do up the web scraping with the help of the Beautiful Soup. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I want to request you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any new updates or video releases from Great Learning. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love and like this video. Knowledge increases by sharing, so make sure you share this video with your friends and colleagues. Make sure to comment on the video with any queries or suggestions, and I will respond to your comments.